Welcome to today's edition of Crypto Corner at InvestorIdeas.com. News on what's driving the cryptocurrency market. Hey everyone, this is Sam Mowers here, and welcome to episode 481 of the Crypto Corner podcast. For news today, Bitcoin has broken $19,000. Binance is seeing record trading volumes. PayPal's CEO comments on crypto adoption, and former Fed chair and possibly the new U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen's views on Bitcoin. But just before we jump into today's show, a quick reminder that if you enjoy this podcast, please feel free to share it or leave us a review. And while you're at it, I recommend checking out some of the other podcasts on InvestorIdeas.com. This includes the Clean Tech and Climate Change podcast, as well as the Cannabis podcast. Both of those will bring you up to speed on the latest stock news and trends in their respective spaces. So Bitcoin continues to rise, having broken through a trading price of $19,000 earlier on Tuesday, and at present is trading for about $19,230. That's according to data from CoinMarketCap. This, of course, brings Bitcoin very close to its all-time high, which was reached on December 17, 2017, and which has been measured variously from around $19,600 to as high as roughly $20,050. Peter Smith, the co-founder and CEO of Blockchain.com, commented on the possible impact of a new all-time high to CoinDesk. Quote, "We could see massive movements in the Bitcoin price over Thanksgiving. A new all-time high won't be a surprise to some who've seen it as a not if, but when scenario. It's an inevitability, but the world will take notice, and that's good for adoption." End quote. Concurrent with Bitcoin's rally in trading price, Cointelegraph reports that crypto exchange giant Binance is witnessing its trading volume hit an all-time high of $37 billion in the past 24 hours. This represents an increase of 40.5% in the same 24-hour period. Also, the company's Bitcoin futures open interest reached an all-time high of $1.17 billion, according to data from crypto analytics site Glassnode. Financial news outlet The Wall Street Reporter recently published some industry leader commentary regarding digital payments and cryptocurrencies. Among those included in the piece was Dan Schulman, CEO of PayPal, which trades on the Nasdaq under the ticker symbol PYPL, who said, quote, "Over the next year, both the Venmo and PayPal apps will undergo a fundamental transformation intended to dramatically increase their functionality and drive engagement. This expanded suite of services will include enhanced direct deposit and check cashing, budget and savings tools, bill pay, investment alternatives, including crypto, subscription management, buy now, pay later, optionality, and all of Honey's shopping tools from wishlist, price monitoring, deals, coupons, and rewards. We recently announced that PayPal will allow account holders to buy, sell, and hold cryptocurrencies, first in the U.S., and then expanding to international markets in the Venmo platform in the first half of next year. We will rapidly move at the beginning of next year and allow consumers to use cryptocurrencies as a funding instrument to shop across all 28 million of our merchants. This solution will not involve any additional integrations, volatility risk, or incremental transaction fees for either consumers or merchants, and will fundamentally bolster the utility of cryptocurrencies." End quote. On Monday, the Wall Street Journal reported that President-elect Joe Biden intends to nominate former Federal Reserve Chairman Janet Yellen as the next U.S. Treasury Secretary. CoinDesk has assembled some of Yellen's views on Bitcoin, indicating, on the one hand, her skepticism toward it. Quote, "I will just say outright, I am not a fan, and let me tell you why. I know there are hundreds of cryptocurrencies, and maybe something is coming down the line that is more appealing, but I think, first of all, very few transactions that are actually handled by Bitcoin, and many of those do take place on Bitcoin, are legal, illicit transactions." End quote. But happily, also her reluctance to intervene in the market to stifle it. Quote, "The Fed doesn't have authority to supervise or regulate Bitcoin in any way." End quote. That does it for today's Crypto Corner. If you would like to be a guest or sponsor for this podcast, contact InvestorIdeas.com. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the InvestorIdeas.com website. And this podcast is not an endorsement to buy products, services, or securities. Investors are reminded all investment involves risk and possible loss in investment. To hear more InvestorIdeas.com podcasts, please visit InvestorIdeas.com/audio. And a reminder, you can also hear our podcasts on Spotify, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio.com, and Google Play Music.